Problem 1 wants us to prove, if possible, that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CBD under each set of conditions below. So they're basically saying, if you're given this, can you prove that? So let's look at this. If we're given that AB is congruent to BC, so that would mark this, AB congruent to BC, and angle ABD is congruent to angle CBD, is that enough to prove that the two triangles are congruent? Well, we have to be able to prove, number one, similarity by either angle, angle, side, or side, side, and then we have to prove that there's a one-to-one scale, there's a scale factor of 1. So we already know the scale factor is 1 because we know that AB is congruent to BC. So that means that corresponding sides have a scale factor of 1. So now we just need to know if we have side, angle, or angle, angle. And if you look here, we've got a side and an angle. So if this side right here could also be shown to be congruent, right, to this side of ABD and this side of CBD, then we'd have side, angle, side. And in fact, it's congruent to itself. So we do actually have enough. So the answer here is yes by side, angle, side. Side, angle, side proves that. So now we actually need a different color because there's a different, well, I think I'm just going to redraw it because I just marked that up with a given. So we're starting with a different set of givens now. So A, B, D, and C here. And we can still mark this one as congruent to itself. That's something we'll always know for this kind of drawing. But now we're given these. So this is a new set of givens. So if you're given this, that BD is the perpendicular bisector of AC, is that enough information? Well, if it's perpendicular, then that means this is a right angle and this is a right angle. So right there now we have a side and an angle. And if it's a bisector, it means that it cuts A and AC in half. If it cuts it in AC in half, then that means this side has to equal that side because it's exactly in half. So we can now mark AD and DC as congruent. And again, we have side, angle, side. So this is the drawing for A, this is the drawing for B, and so this is, yes, we can prove congruent triangles by side, angle, side, and this picture shows why. Okay, so now for C, we'll draw C. I'll draw a picture for C over here. So again, we're starting with the same picture each time, but a different set of givens. And always, because it's the same picture, this is going to be congruent to itself. But now we have a different set of things. This is saying that BD is perpendicular to AC, BD perpendicular to AC. So again, we know that these are right angles. But this time it's not a perpendicular bisector, so we don't know that this is congruent to this. So we're not sure about that. But then they're giving us one more given. Measure of angle A is equal to measure of angle C. So now, do we have enough information to prove that they're similar and they have a scale factor of 1? Again, we already have scale factor of 1 right here. That's determined right here because this is equal to itself. So you'd multiply by 1 to get from one triangle to the other. So we know that they're the same. At least these sides are the same. So now we just have to look to see if we prove similarity. Do we have side, angle, side? No. Do we have side, side, side? No. But do we have angle, angle? Yes. So by angle, angle, they're similar, and then scale factor of 1. So yes, by angle, angle, and scale factor of 1. And really, the scale factor of 1 is for each of these, right? And scale factor equals 1, and scale factor equals 1. All right, so D, last picture. I'll draw that right under here. So the picture for D. AB equals BC. So we know that this segment equals that segment. We know that this segment is congruent to itself. So I used a different set of marks, 1 for this and 2 for that. And then D is the midpoint of AC. Well, if it's the midpoint, that means it cuts AC in half, and that means this side has to be congruent to that side. So now we have side, 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 and it's a scale factor of 1 because the corresponding sides are congruent. So yes, by side, 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 and scale factor of 1. So each one of these actually was enough to prove congruence for them, but by different reasons.